Welcome back to the Tech Talks Daily podcast. I'm your host, Neil C. Hughes, the place where we explore how technology can transform industries, shape businesses, and improve our lives. And today, we are fortunate to have Deb Ashton, the Senior Vice President of Customer Experience and Operations at a company called Certinia. Now, Certinia was formerly known as FinancialForce and is a leading ERP and PSA technology solution, has been instrumental in shaping the way businesses connect their various systems, and in doing so, able to extract valuable insights from their data and use these to make smarter, more informed decisions, especially around financial data. They've been on quite a journey, and many years ago, Debbie Ashton started a business in Harrogate, and today she's waiting to talk to me in Nottingham. She's got a passion for nurturing talent, but I want to learn more about the story behind the company. And Deb Ashton has got a big passion, not just for technology, but for nurturing talent, creating relationships, leveraging unique strengths. That's what sets her apart as a leader in the tech industry. And not only has she fostered a customer-centric approach at Certinia, but also has a strong desire to improve herself and the areas of which she works continuously. She's an inspirational lady, and in our conversation today, we'll be discussing all this and the recent branding and the evolution of the company, Deb's role, her efforts towards promoting diversity, equity, inclusion, and at the heart of all that, of course, the technology that makes it all possible. So buckle up and hold on tight, because no matter where you're listening in the world, it's time for me to beam your ears all the way to the East Midlands in the UK, Nottingham to be precise, where Deb is waiting to share her story. Massive warm welcome to the show. Can you tell everyone listening a little about who you are and what you do?
Hi, everybody. So I am the Senior Vice President for Customer Experience and Operations at Certinia. I'm also one of the original co-founders, and we started the company back in 2009. So we're 14 this year. The customer experience role is really interesting. We actually started this discipline back in 2017. And I say I started this discipline back in 2017. And it was at a time in our life cycle where we were seeing some challenges with renewal rates. And we really needed to get into the details of understanding the journey our customers were on, what experiences they were having, and how we as a vendor could help customers improve their experience through the products and services that we're delivering. So I kind of, ever since that time, dedicated my life to understanding about the customer's journey and looking at where we can do things to improve their experience, and kind of extended that role in the last couple of years to run operations for everything post-sales. So looking at the systems, tools, and processes that underpin the services that we deliver to our customers. And then just another area that I'm pretty passionate about, and something that I took on quite recently, was to be the executive sponsor for our diversity, equity, and inclusion program. I started that last year, and I've been really enjoying that sort of additional responsibility here at Certinia.
Fantastic. And just to bring everyone up to speed with what's been happening there, because some people may know you as FinancialForce. So what prompted the decision to rebrand FinancialForce to Certinia, and how does this new identity better represent the evolved nature of your company?
Yeah, good question. And you're absolutely right. We have just gone through a rebrand and rename from FinancialForce to Certinia. And interestingly, it's not the first renaming that we went through. We have, when we very first started the company, and prior to 2009, when we spun out the FinancialForce company, we were actually a part of an organization called Coda. The first product that we had that became FinancialForce Accounting was actually called Coda to Go. And so when we launched FinancialForce, we actually went through a rebrand at that point. But this particular renaming and rebranding, we started about a year ago. It's been, a 9 to 12 month journey. And when we launched in 2009, FinancialForce was the perfect name. We were delivering accounting on the Salesforce platform, and we announced to the Salesforce ecosystem that we were going to do to ERP what Salesforce did to CRM. And we'd launched our intention to rebuild the accounting system on the Salesforce platform right at the point where Salesforce were launching Force.com. We got the opportunity to go around the world with Benioff and share this story And at that time, FinancialForce was the perfect name for us. And we've grown quite significantly since then in terms of the products and the solutions that we're offering to our customers. And sort of, I think it was like back end of 2010, 2011, we took on the PSA solution. That was an acquisition. And over the years, we've expanded the offerings that we provide to help businesses run their professional service organizations. And we found that sort of definitely in recent years, the FinancialForce name's actually been more limiting than it has been an advantage. Because when you go to talk to an organization about how you can help them automate their professional service organization, you first of all got to explain why you're called FinancialForce, but you're actually talking to them about helping them running their professional services businesses. So it's like it started to become a bit of a hurdle or an obstacle you'd have to explain. And we thought that it would be a good opportunity for us to look at how we might be able to rename and rebrand the organization. And so we started on this journey, picked out some names. There was about 50 names to start with, whittled that down to 12, got to a final 3, landed on Certinia. And the reason that we landed on Certinia is we did a series of market research with customers, with prospective customers, and understanding what value organizations see from running a solution like Certinia. And the word and the phrase that kept coming up over and over again was certainty. People are looking for accuracy in the data, certainty in the data, certainty in the results so they can make decisions around the business on ways to improve it. So that kept coming up. And so we landed on Certinia. And if you look at the logo, there's actually connected dots on the eyes. And the reason for that is because of the connectedness that we're helping organizations achieve through the deployment of the Certinia solution. So it's been a very exciting time going through the launch and the rebrand, and it's landed really well. We did a series of different activities with the press and analyst community, as well as customers, as well as launch events at things like the TSIA conference in Orlando. And although some people, like you say, are still getting used to using the phrase Certinia, certainly the feedback's been overwhelmingly positive from everybody I've spoken to.
Wow, what a great story behind that rebrand too. And right at the heart of what you're doing there is this services as a business platform. So can you tell me a bit more about that and what makes it different from, let's say, traditional ERP and PSA solutions?
Yeah, for sure. And yes, exactly. So I think that if you think about traditional ERP solution, they very much more focused on products and making and selling things. So they have products at the heart of what they do and how they've been built. So they tend to focus on delivering transactions and throughput of transactions. Certinia has been completely designed for services, businesses, and therefore has the customer at the heart of everything that we do. The customer's at the heart of the design, being on the Salesforce platform, the number one cloud platform in the world, with the customer at the center of everything that happens within the Salesforce platform. It was the perfect platform for us to build out our solutions on. And servicing customers for us was all about delivering a good service, helping our customers improve their customer satisfaction by building out relationships, helping with contract renewal, and ultimately customer advocacy. So I think our solutions really tailor well to support this sort of this environment that we're in, the new world that we're in. And that kind of, just going back to the name and the rebrand, because the relationships are so important for our customers, and good relationships we obviously found over the years and working in the discipline of customer experience, trust is super important at a foundational level to build good relationships. And that can only happen if we deliver against the promises that we commit to our customers, and not only deliver against what we say we're going to deliver, but exceed expectations. So to do that, customers need business certainty, and we provide that in this environment that we're in today.
And before you came on the podcast, I was also reading about a few new additions to Certinia's product suite, including the Customer Success Cloud and Services CPQ. So can you tell me a little bit more about them and how they fit into this services as a business framework that you've created?
Yeah, for sure. And Services CPQ was the first tool that we launched, closely followed by Customer Success Cloud. And the Services CPQ solution, it really provides the ability for organizations to do bid automation, and so CPQ standing for contract price and quote, but allowing you to do that for services quotes. And I'm being specific there because part of the value of the solution is that it works really well and integrates really well with Salesforce's CPQ solution, which really focuses around the product. So we focused around the services. So we have the ability to provide solutions to customers where you can use both in conjunction with each other, provide a single quote to a customer. It also integrates well with PS Cloud, with PSA, and we originally built it out from the PS Cloud solution to integrate with Salesforce, CRM, and CPQ. And it helps organizations improve their bid to win ratio by helping deliver more accurate estimates. And it really, when you get down into the weeds of it, it really helps you with your resource forecasting and forecast accuracy by putting in like soft commits for resources through the fact that you've built out this quote for services work. So it can really help you streamline your staffing because you can start to forecast more accuracy, see what skills you're going to need, bring them in sooner, soft book resources so you understand what your potential utilization is, whether you've got potential bench in the future, and align skills. So there's a real focus on making sure you've got the right skills for the right job at the right time in the right geography. And so this helps you be able to do that. This Services CPQ solution helps you to be able to do that through the automation that it drives with that part of the process. We deployed it internally, actually, and we've seen a lot of just significant improvement on our ability to staff projects in a more timely manner so that projects can start more quickly. So, and sort of from a customer point of view, the customers are getting a lot of value out of that through the fact, people aren't sitting around waiting for things to happen. So that's the Services CPQ solution. This Customer Success Cloud solution, this is a standalone Customer Success Cloud product. It integrates with our PS tool, with Salesforce, and there's some really cool integration that we've built around Data Cloud and the orchestration tools within that. So it will also work as well harmoniously with the Gainsight Customer Success Platform. So one of the key things this tool helps you do is it really helps you automate your customer engagement. So take the life cycle of your customer and you automate your customer engagement. And using the Data Cloud tool, what you can do is you can sort of orchestrate what should happen next in the process. So if something's happened, like an event at a customer, so the customer's been acquired, you have a series of playbooks which will take you through the process that would happen next and who would need to be engaged from your organization to go and engage with the customer. And you can sort of automate that through the orchestration tools that we're leveraging from the platform. So it really helps you automate that process, like I'm saying, with the kind of this digital first self-service automation experience. So we're pretty excited about this tool. We've got it being implemented by some of our largest, most strategic clients. So it's really an exciting time for that product as we get that out to market.
So from the outside looking in, it seems you're on a mission to connect all aspects of a business service operations. And just to bring that to life a little, can you provide maybe some examples of the kind of challenges businesses are facing that Certinia addresses, and also how you ensure a more streamlined process for those businesses too?
Yeah, sure. Some of the challenges that we see organizations face when we start to engage with them and understand the landscape is often they have lots of siloed systems that don't necessarily all talk to each other. So you can risk having stale data in places if it's not consolidated into an area where you can gain an understanding of what's happening, gather insights, and create actions on that. And also you see a proliferation of tools to do the same job. So take project management, for example. You might see organizations using Smartsheet, Asana, Monday.com, and they don't have great control centrally over what's happening. There can also be fragile integrations or total lack of integrations between these fragmented systems. So the way that we help organizations sort of streamline the processes around that is by laying down a process, by providing solutions that will allow you to better manage your, say, resource utilization, for example. So you can, and I talked a little bit about this a moment ago with services CPQ, you can optimize the resources for particular projects and assignments and make sure, like I say, you've got the right people doing the right job at the right time with the right skill set, allowing you to make sure that you leverage all of the skills that you've got within all of the resources that you've got to apply to projects. And that can help you reducing the amount of bench time you've got, increasing the amount of utilization, improving the accuracy of your forecasting and improving revenue capture. So take revenue forecasting as one of the solutions, one of the components of the solutions that can help you understand how the business is tracking or where you might have peaks and troughs. And then you can make decisions around how you're going to improve that and create a more streamlined environment with that kind of insight to what's going to potentially happen in the future. So I think that the solutions really help improve the business of services in growing organizations or organizations that have got some of those challenges that I described.
And before you came on the podcast, I was doing a little research on you, and it quickly became apparent to me, at least, that your career has been almost characterized by your ability to create relationships and build successful teams. So I'm curious, how has that skill influenced the direction and growth of Certinia?
Yeah, interesting observation. And I think that's probably quite true from both myself and my other co-founder, a guy called Jeremy Roche, who was the original CEO of the company. And we started FinancialForce back then together. And we both helped, we really wanted to create a culture in the organization that was something that we hadn't personally experienced before, somewhere that people were supportive of each other, irrespective of background, geography, discipline, gender, whatever. And that we just came together to deliver really valuable solutions for our customers. And I think that philosophy that we had and that culture that we wanted to create really laid the foundation for Certinia. And over the years, like I say, it's 14 years old, we've managed to maintain that sort of foundational culture even today. And there's people, comrades that I've had over the years, and they've left Certinia to go to get a different job, try an alternative career path, or progress a career in a different direction outside of Certinia. And the door's always open if somebody feels like they want to go and explore something else, but they're a really, everyone's an asset, and you don't like good people walking out the door. But as long as, you make it clear that they could come back if they wanted to. And some people do. We call them boomerangs. They come back and the grass isn't always greener. Yeah. And I'll always try and find a moment to speak to them when I hear of somebody coming back to the organization. I'm like, why, what was it like? And why did you come back? And they always say the culture. Like, you cannot find the culture that we've created here at Certinia anywhere else. And I think it's that people supporting each other. If anyone needs help, somebody's always there for them. And it's a really sort of friendly environment. And I'm really proud of what we created here, and long may it continue.
Fantastic. And I also read that I think you said a continual desire to improve yourself and the areas in which you work has been the cornerstone of your success. So a question I've got to ask is, how do you approach things like innovation and improvement in a fast-moving industry like tech? I mean, just 8 months ago, nobody was talking about generative AI. Now it's all anybody's talking about. It moves so quickly, doesn't it?
It does move very quickly. And maybe when you've been in it for so long, like we have, it becomes the norm, the fast-paced environment, doesn't it? And you don't maybe notice how fast it's moving because you're in it and you're used to it, and that is your normal. From just sort of how I stay current. And I think a lot of it is down to, and I am very blessed to have the role that I have, but I get the opportunity to speak with thought leaders in the industry, customers, executives from some of our leading customers, executives from the Salesforce business who are thought leaders in themselves. And, obviously going to trade shows, things like TSIA or Dreamforce, and just this massive influence and seeing the directions the customers are going in, and thinking about, talking to customers about how they're evolving resource management how they see it evolving in the next 3 to 5 years, or how they see PMO evolving in the next, 3 or 5 years. And that's really inspiring to see how organizations that are using our platform, Salesforce platform, what they're thinking of today and how they're thinking of things in the future. And then you layer in inspiration from events like TSIA and Dreamforce, and you enable it enables you to kind of stay current on what's happening and where the market's going, and what that means to us as an organization, and the solutions we're delivering and how we're servicing our customers, but also to me personally, to help me understand where we need to develop customer experiences based on where the market's trending.
And as someone with over 25 years in the ERP and digital transformation sector, you must have witnessed quite a few shifts along the way. So how has the industry changed since you first began? And dare I ask you to look into a virtual crystal ball and ask you where you see it heading in the future?
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It shows my age a little bit, doesn't it, saying that 25 years in ERP. Yeah, I am that old. And there has been a lot changed, and you will have seen it as well. So, the mobile phone was invented, and I still remember that. The launch of the internet, the World Wide Web rather, in 1999, the launch of internet-based applications, software as a service technologies, cloud technologies, mobile-first applications. There was the year 2000 milestones. And I think that, each one of those moments has been, at least in my experience, has been an opportunity to look at what are the solutions that we're delivering to help our customers, and how can we leverage these latest technology advancements to improve the solutions we deliver, to ultimately improve our customers with their customer relationships and their customer experiences. And I think that when I look at, and you just mentioned it, you literally just mentioned it, the thing that I think about and I'm constantly considering is the impact of GPT and AI-based technologies. And you're right, everybody's talking about it, and it's I think it's going to be a pivotal moment in our lifetime. If you say we did this podcast in 5 years' time, and you said in the last 30 years, what was one of the most significant technological advancements? Well, I think it'd be AI, and I think these GPT technologies. And so we're looking at the moment as to how we can leverage AI and GPT technology to embed within our own product to improve the solutions that we're delivering, the Certinia solutions we're delivering to our customers, and how we can make pivots in different places to leverage those technologies. And also, just from a customer service point of view, how can we leverage these technologies to improve the services that we're delivering to our customers, whether that's through our online self-serve community environment, which I think is a great opportunity for online help and knowledge base and things like that. I think they really will be able to see great automation through those particular areas, those particular customer touch points. I'm pretty excited about that. It's something that we're investigating and putting some effort around research and development to look at how we can better serve our customers with those new technologies.
And you said a few moments ago that when you're working in the world of tech, it becomes your normal, that fast pace. And it's not until you look back at the arrival of mobile phones, the home internet, everyone panicking over the Y2K bug and the iPhone moment, mobile app stores to generative AI. It's been an incredible journey, hasn't it?
That's been an incredible journey. One of the things that we always laugh at here, because our kids have obviously all got mobile phones, and there was, when we were at school, and you had to learn your maths, and your teachers would say, you'll never have a calculator in your pocket. Never going to happen. And now you've got one in your pocket all the time.
Yeah, it's so true. Oh, man. And One of the things that stands out at Certinia is you pride yourselves on delivering certainty in an uncertain and ever-changing world. So how does Certinia plan to navigate and stay ahead of the technological and business trends in the coming years? Because I suspect there's going to be a lot of people looking to you for help.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that, I mean, some of it like kind of alluded to a moment ago, like continually talking to customers and understanding how they see their world changing in the coming years. And then we invest a lot of time talking to our customers at the executive level with the Certinia executive team and understanding the trends that our customers are seeing, understanding the trends that are happening in the market. And then our chief product officer obviously builds out a long-term roadmap and product strategy based on the trends that we're seeing, based on how we need to scale our solutions, continue to scale our solutions, stay in the sort of number one position for the PSA product that we've deployed today, and how we can accelerate different areas, accelerate deployment for customers, accelerate differentiation that we can provide with our solutions like CS Cloud. We're looking at SaaS spend management as that market's changing a bit as well. So we do have a team in the product organization focused on research and development around new technologies and tools. There's a pivot on AI that we're researching, which I mentioned as well. So I think that's it really. It's staying in touch with the customers, understanding the direction that they see the markets evolving in, obviously looking at the market trends and how we can better service our customers through leveraging some of these new technologies.
Well, I've loved chatting with you today. We've covered everything from your origin story, the origin story of the company, the new name, the new brand, to looking towards the future and where everything's heading. But before I let you go, I'm going to ask you to leave everyone listening with one final gift. And that is a book that has inspired or means something to you that we can add to our Amazon wish list, or a song that we can add to our Spotify playlist. All I'm going to ask is, what would you like to leave everyone listening with and why?
Okay, I'm going to say a book.
Right.
And a book that particularly inspired me and I think helped me understand better who I am is this book called Strength Finders by Don Clifton. Discover Your Clifton Strengths. And it tells you your top 5 strengths. And I think it's very interesting. And the reason I wanted to recommend it is because, like personally, but also when, advising other people, when you understand what your strengths are, it kind of helps give you a moment of clarity on where you focus your time and what you continue to invest in. You should always play to your strengths. And sometimes a lot of people focus on trying to improve weaknesses, but actually you can build a career around where your strengths lie, and you can be hugely successful doing that. So I think that's why I love this book, because it plays to your strengths and it recommends that you understand what they are, and then you build your career and your personal activities around that. So when I first read the book, I was so inspired by it. I bought it as a Christmas present for my mum, my dad, my brother, and my husband, so I could better understand their strengths.
And how did that work out for you?
Well, I've got a spreadsheet with everybody's strengths on. I was like, right, Mum, we're organising a holiday. You're very process oriented. You can sort out the logistics, and off she goes.
Oh, absolutely love it. But everyone listening just like to explore some of the topics we talked about today in a little bit more detail. Where would you like to point everyone listening to if they want to find out more information or ultimately contact your team? What's the best starting point?
Sure. I think connecting with us via LinkedIn, you can come in straight through the website, through contact. If you want to contact Certinia directly, we have people responding to that. There's live chat. Me personally, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. You could actually, if you don't want to connect with me personally, but you want to find out more or connect with a different executive here at Certinia, I can direct you and sort of help people network with folks and things like that, if that's helpful.
Awesome. But there are that many domain names out there now. Is it just Certinia.com? Is that right?
It is Certinia.com, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I love what you're doing here, how you're helping businesses connect their various business systems, extract and analyze data from them, and ultimately make smarter business decisions. And the story behind it as well, it's something I remember for a long time. But more than anything, Deb, just thank you for coming on and sharing your story today.
No, fabulous. Really nice to meet you. Thanks for the opportunity to share the story. Really enjoyed it.
So a huge thank you to Deb for joining us today and sharing her rich insights into Certinia's transformation and the evolution of the company, and her passion for fostering a strong team, promoting diversity and constantly pushing for improvement. Truly inspiring. And for everyone listening, I hope you enjoyed our conversation and got a deeper understanding of this ERP and PSA technology landscape that we find ourselves in, and the importance of a connected business, intelligent delivery, scalable agility, all of which are essential in this fast-paced digital world. But as always, anything you want to share with me, email me, techblogwriter@outlook.com. Connect with me directly on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, just at Neil C. Hughes. We'll keep this conversation going. And remember to join us again for the next episode, where we will continue to explore this ever-evolving world of technology, its impact on businesses, and indeed our lives. But remember, technology works best when it brings people together. So a big thank you for listening as always. And until next time, don't be a stranger.